Make-Believers. In today's video, I'm doing the Reader Problems book tag. So in this tag, I have to answer 11 questions based on book scenarios to see what I come up with. Question 1 is that you have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? I am quite close to having 20,000 books on my TBR, it's ridiculous. But anyways, if it's the continuation of a series that I really want to read, or if it's a new release that I've just heard great things about, chances are I'm going to read it. Also, if it's a book that people have been raving about in the recent past, I'm probably going to put that on the TBR. I'm also going to base it on book length. If I have one really long book on my TBR, then I'm probably going to make the next two in that month of reading shorter ones, just so that I can get to them all in the month. Question 2 is that you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? I tend to stay committed. There has been 2 books in my life that I haven't finished. One was Anti-Darken and one was the second of the Heart of the Mirage series. I got through like 3/4 of Anti-Darken, and I may go back to it one day, and I got like halfway through the second of that Heart of the Mirage series, and I'm never going to go back to that one because it was just dragging. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to power through and see what the hype is about, especially if people have been saying it's good, or that it gets better, or that it's a bit slow at the beginning, but that end, you know what I mean? Because there's lots of books where it just like grips you at the end, and I'm kind of like, well, couldn't you have given me like 100 pages sooner? But I want to see what's going to happen, and then I'll make up my mind on the whole book. Question 3, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? I absolutely would try to catch up. In fact, no, I wouldn't try to catch up, I would catch up. So first of all, I try to give myself a realistic amount of books to read that year. I know I'm slow, so I give myself a list of 3 books a month, which comes to 36 books a year, and that is my reading goal. But if the end of the year is fast approaching and I really need to read as many books as I possibly can to reach this challenge, I will probably just go to children's books that are like 5-10 pages long and read as many of those as I can to say that I have reached my goal. Question 4. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? It's okay, it's okay, let's start inside the book, so it's fine, you can still read the book, it's okay, 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 it's not okay! Covers that do not match are no friend of mine. It really irks me, you know, it really gets to me, it gets under my skin. I do not like it, and I have a few series like that at the moment, but I just so badly wanted to read the book. You know what else gets me? Can you see those books? Can you see Crooked Kingdom and 6 of Crows? Why is 6 of Crows taller than Crooked Kingdom? And on my Grisha trilogy, why is Siege and Storm smaller than Shadow and Bone and Rune and Rising? Why is Red Rising bigger than Golden Sun and Morning Star? Question 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? So with me and my friends that do read, we all seem to have pretty different tastes, so it's okay if one of us doesn't like a book, because chances are that the others haven't read it, so I can vent about my feelings about this book and they will not care because they haven't read that book. I also feel like Goodreads is a good place to go on Amazon and just check out the reviews and see a funny GIF review that totally relates to how you feel, and just feel like validated, like yes, it's okay that I don't like this book. I am not the only person in the world that does not like this book. Question 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? So I'm not good with sad books. Like books that I can predict are going to be sad, I tend to be okay, and I'll probably just like tear up and stuff in public. But if it's like a shock horror moment where I did not see it coming and it's just then chances are, whether in public or in private, I'm going to throw that book at a wall. And if I'm on a tram or a metro, I'm going to throw that book out the window. And if I get a few funny looks, I'd just be like, read the book! Read the book before you look at me that way! You'll see! You'll see! Question 7. A sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? So I have till this day never reread a book, even though I want to. I just never seem to find the time. So I would most likely go and find a synopsis on Goodreads or Google or wherever and go through it and refresh my memory. Maybe check through the last chapter or so of the previous book just to jog my memory on what happened. Question 8. You do not want anyone to borrow your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? So actually, Actually, this is something I learned about myself recently. So I've never lent out my books. I just have my books and I read them and I put them on my shelf and they're my babies. Because like I say, most of my friends don't read the same sort of books that I read. I do, however, have one friend, the one that keeps giving me all these books to borrow, that's given me Aragon, that gave me Percy Jackson. So, you know, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Well, I have like a book that I think you'll really like. And then he borrowed it, and I realized the whole time that he had it, I was just like, give it back. It was Red Rising. I was just like, don't bend the corners, you use a bookmark, and no, don't bend the spine, no, you hold it carefully, and oh, have you finished it? Okay. And then when he said he was done, I was like, where is it? Is it in the car? Can I just, I'll just take it, I'll just put it in the back, just give it back, just give it back! And if I was going to politely say no, then I'd probably say that it just means too much to me for me to like let it out of my sight. But they're more than welcome to come over and read it under my supervision. Question 9, reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? So I actually haven't had a reading slump yet. Fingers crossed I don't, but I think if I was trying to get over a reading slump, then I'd probably just go back to writing and to my imagination, or I'd read something that I know I love. Question 10 is, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? All of them? Is that not okay? And the 11th and final question is, after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Now, I'm not gonna lie, The Court of Wings and Ruin, I got it and I started reading it as I walked out of the bookstore, and then I got home and continued reading it for the next 5 days or so. And then there are some that I bought like early last year, like Carve the Mark and Heartless, that I still haven't gotten to. But I will do it very soon. And that is all for the Reader Problems book tag. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. I am S. McPherson, author of the Water Rushes series, and if you'd like to get a free copy of book 1, then click the link below. And that is all. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye!